So, welcome everyone to this evening. I'm so pleased, all of you that can join me live. So, this is a Mary Magdalene channeling. I'm very excited about her coming forward. She hasn't wanted to come forward before in this kind of platform. It's been quite intimate groups when she's come forward with me. So I'm really excited that she felt it was time to come through and to speak in this way with you all. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see what she has to say and also what she has to say, how she says, and her energy compared to the likes of Yeshua, Buddha, with bringing that powerful divine feminine through. So I'm very excited to see what happens this evening. Um, for those of you that haven't seen how I work before, I will be going down into the trance state, so into an altered state of awareness. And that allows Mary Magdalene to step forward and into my energy to be able to speak through me. But there will be the physical presence of her as well, because I move into the altered state as opposed to just channeling in a lighter state. So it'll be interesting to see if you feel her energy and what comes across for you. Um, Nicola is very kindly going to host this evening. So thank you, Nicola. So have a think if you want to ask any questions of Mary Magdalene, and any questions put into the chat bar as you think of them. If you just type into the chat bar, and then when Mary asks if anybody has got any questions, then Nicola will read whatever questions are in the chat bar, and Mary will answer. Because not that Mary Magdalene has a problem with any of you speaking, but for me, it helps when it's just coming from one voice, because it allows me to just keep my consciousness, my mind out of the way, so it doesn't interfere. And that's why I have somebody hosting for the question part of it. So thank you very much, everyone. It will take me a few moments just to get down into the trance state, and then I'll bring her through. Are you okay with that, Nick?
Yep, that's fine. I'm just going to spotlight you, Kirsty. All right.
Thank you. Dearest beloveds, this is with great honor that I step forward to be able to speak to you all. I have been waiting for this moment. There is no coincidence who is here with me live this evening, and then who also signed up to watch on record. Exactly the right people are here to be able to hear my message, to be able to witness me coming forward and being able to speak to you in this way. I do not often step forward in such a public way, on such a public platform, but it was time. It was necessary for me to step out from the shadows and take a more public stance, a more public view. This is not to say that I have not worked with many, and I have worked with many of you and still continue to work with many of you. But taking the public spotlight is not something that I do regularly. Partly why I wanted to come through now is to show you all what you are needing to do, what is required of you. You have all chosen to be here at this point in time. You have chosen to incarnate. You have chosen to be in a physical vessel. You have chosen to be here for this ascension of planet Earth. But also more significantly, you have agreed to bring the divine feminine energy back. You have agreed to embody the divine feminine, to work with this energy, to allow it to rise up within you. And many of you have dedicated a lot of time to doing this. It is not easy working with the divine feminine energy within, releasing lifetimes of pain, lifetimes of abuse, of being suppressed, of being silenced. I feel all of you. I feel what you have been through, and the path that you have chosen has not been easy. And you have worked through so many layers to allow your voice to be unsilenced, to allow your heart to open up, to own your womb space, your sacral space, that creativity, that divine feminine, allowing that to rise. And as you all know, this is not an easy path. It is a spiral dance. The divine feminine moves in waves. It moves in cycles. It is not something that you can directly attack like in the masculine energy. It's learning to dance with the feminine, dance with this energy and just allow it to move within you. Allow it to rise and come forward. This has got you to this point today. Your journey with the feminine, with the divine feminine. And I have worked with many of you. But what you are being asked to do now, what you are being asked to do going forward, particularly in this year, this year will provide the foundations for going into this new phase. You are being asked to become more visible, more present, to step more fully into your purpose, your soul purpose of what you chose to come here for. You are being pushed out of your comfort zone. You are being pushed to embrace, to embody more of who you are. And this is not comfortable. This is why it is time for me to step forward, to demonstrate to you that you can do it. That desire that you feel within, that push that you feel within, sometimes you do not know where it is coming from, but you know that you are here for a purpose, that you are destined to make an impact. This is the time that you are being asked to step forward in an even bigger way. This requires much courage. This requires releasing so much. And you have already released so much. You have already released and shed layer upon layer. But you are now being asked to go deeper. You are being asked to really look within and look now at what is stopping you from moving forward, from expanding into even that greater aspect of yourself. This is not saying that you have not done the work correctly up until now. This is not saying that you have not gone through so much. I am saying that you now have more work to do. You are capable of going to an even greater depth. This is what you are here for. This is the time that you have been waiting for. This is the time that you are being asked to step out of the shadow even more. You have achieved so much to this point, but where you are going to, this point here will seem infinitely small in comparison. You are all on a trajectory that started many years ago, and this is a key turning point in that path. Allow this to sink in. Allow yourself to be open to my words, open to the truth of what I speak. Your soul hears me. Your soul knows this truth. Allow your human aspect to recognize this truth. We have been waiting for millennia to reach this point. Myself and Yeshua have worked tirelessly through lifetimes with people to get to this point where humanity was ready to embrace the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies once again, to be able to birth this new earth. You are all key members of this. You play key roles. We have worked many times together, in many lifetimes. You carry the Magdalene codes. You carry that within you. You have all signed up to do this work. As I expressed at the beginning, there is no coincidence of who is actually here, listening to this live. As well as speaking these words to you, I am awakening codes within you. I am awakening an aspect of your energy. We all agree to come together at this point. We all agree to come together now. To have this aspect of yourself woken up, activated. We agreed that this transmission would be this activation, that it was time in your journey. It was time for you to be activated, to hear this transmission, to hear my words. Because the Magdalene codes are in your blood. They are in your DNA. They are encoded within you, but they have laid dormant, ready for this time to be awakened fully once again. Notice how you move forward from this time. Be aware of any changes within you. They may be subtle. They may be much more pronounced. But all of you will be changed. And all of you agreed to this. This activation will impact you all differently because you are all at different places, different stages in your journey. Allow this activation just to be. Observe, but do not interfere. Allow it to work through you as was destined. You are here to bring forward the divine feminine, the Magdalene energy. Allow your energy to be suppressed no more. Your voice to not be silenced. To allow the unfolding of that divine union within, between that divine feminine and the divine masculine. Allow both energies to be present within you. Many of you have worked hard to recognize the masculine and the feminine qualities and to embrace that divine feminine. Now you are being asked to witness that union within, that perfect harmony, that perfect balance between that divine feminine energy, but also allowing the divine masculine to support that feminine energy, to hold it, to be able to be that anchor. Both energies are required to be present within you to create that harmony, that perfect divine union. This transmission will act as a catalyst for this process. It will allow you to access more of this divine energy, no matter where you are on your path. This transmission will amplify the energies that are already present within you. Allow yourself to embrace this, to become aware of this. And the changes may feel subtle, but the changes will be there. It is so good to be in direct contact with you all, to be able to feel your energies, to be able to locate those Magdalene codes that have laid dormant for so many centuries. To watch them light up now. If you could see you as I see you, you are all beautiful, divine sparks. You hold so much light within you, all of you. You hold such a special place in my heart. To be reunited once again with each and every one of you in this way. I have waited lifetimes for this. It is a huge honor to support you all on your path, to watch you walk this earth plane, to support you in your soul purpose. Many of you are struggling with the physical aspects of this ascension. Many of you are struggling and doubting your path, your purpose, and whether you are meant to be here, and whether you are in the right place, doing the right thing. I can assure you that you are all exactly where you are meant to be. But there is a lot of physical side effects that are happening at the moment and will continue to happen for a while, because you are just not a soul. You are just not a divine aspect. You are also a human in a physical vessel. And this physical vessel has to adapt to the changes in the energy, to the changes in frequency and vibration. This can take its toll. It will manifest in tiredness. It will manifest in sickness. It will manifest in aching, in bones, in your back, in your hips. Difference in how your digestive system works to how it was before. Notice what foods you are craving and what food you are no longer craving. Notice what movement your body likes, what movement is necessary or not necessary now. You are being asked to honor your physical vessel more. Honor her or him. Honor it. Listen to your vessel. This will ease this transition. This will allow your physical vessel to adapt quicker to these frequencies. I can assure you, you are all designed to be able to go through this ascension. You were made for this. So your physical bodies are made to be able to go through this ascension. They will not burn out. But you do need to listen to your bodies. Because over the next couple of years, things will change and shift. And what worked well for you previously will not work well in the future. You will want different types of food. You will want to take on different liquids, different forms of exercise, different amounts of sleep. A lot of you will have noticed the change in your sleep patterns. There is a lot of work that is happening during the night. But your bodies are also requiring so much more sleep than previously. This is not just the work in the realms that you are doing during the night, but it is also your body's way of processing these changing frequencies, these changing vibrations. Allow your body to rest if it is asking for it. You may also find your sleep disturbed, that you wake up several times during the night, or you will wake up and struggle to get back to sleep. This is all okay. Just allow yourself to go with the flow, knowing that there is nothing wrong with this. This is normal, going through this ascension process. Your guides will help you. I will help you. We are all here to support you through this. Knowing that it is not easy moving up through these levels of frequency, these higher levels of vibration, knowing that you are able to traverse now in between dimensions. You are able to move much more effortlessly through these different dimensions. But traversing these requires different energy within you. It requires a different skill set. And you are learning all of this. Mostly you are learning during your sleep. Some of you are able to access this during your waking hours. There is so much change. So the more compassionate that you can be with yourselves, the more compassion that you can hold for each other. You have the awareness of what is going on. So many on your planet do not have this level of awareness. They are not open to the understanding of what is happening. And that is okay. They are on their own soul path. They are on their own journey. But just imagine how much more confusing it is to those with no awareness, because they too are moving through these energies that will be impacting their bodies to a greater or lesser extent. But their physical bodies, their energetic bodies are still moving through these times. Even if they do not have the sensitivity that you have, they are still having to process these energies in their own way. So the more compassion that you can hold for each other, the more love that you can hold for each other, this will assist greatly. You will notice so much more fear energy coming up. The higher that you rise in your vibration, you will notice more subtly all the fear that is playing out around the world. You can choose whether to focus on this, or you can choose to focus on the path that you are going on, that where you wish to go. You can be pulled down into these fear energies, or you can choose to maintain your energy and focus on your journey. The impact that you have on the world as a whole is far greater the more that you can hold your own vibration. And not to reflect on the things that are happening around the world, the conflicts, the war, the devastation. Focusing on these things lowers your energy and does not serve the whole. It does not serve the collective. My advice would be to be able to focus on your energy, to hold your point of light, and to be that to be your focus. You serve the collective in a far more powerful way by focusing on your light and using yourself as the reference point for your journey. And you be your foundation. You do not need the collective to support you, to hold you. You can be your own foundation. That is how you bring lasting change to this planet, to this new earth. Does anybody have any questions that they wish to ask?
Thank you, my dear friend. We have a couple of questions. First of all, though, we have a note of thanks. Mary Magdalene, thank you so much for this transmission. And I thank you for coming forward to speak with us and waking up the codes within me. I welcome this activation as I truly feel that this year will be a big turning point in my life and purpose going forward, especially as I'm trying to be of service to the animal kingdom and also in teaching others how to use earth energies, plants, and nature's gifts to help themselves. So, a wonderful note of thanks there. And the first question is, I sensed my heart opening and feeling lightheaded in your presence, yet a power surging through my core, quiet, calm, yet resolute. Is this why I do not need to eat as much, yet I feel full?
Yes, I like the awareness that you have of the change in energy within your body, the lightness that you feel, but still feeling anchored, and what is being awoken within you. And yes, the more that your vibration will shift and change, you will feel the need to eat less, potentially less food or potentially lighter food, but they will shift in the vibration. And that is why you are noticing these differences, because your physical vessel does not require the same foods that you used to eat. And so with you particularly, my dear, you are noticing a shift in needing to eat less quantity. And that is enabling you to maintain this lighter vibration, but still to be anchored and feeling very stable and grounded. Allow yourself to appreciate this shift and this change, knowing that it will continue to change. This will not remain your constant. You may require to eat more grounded food going forward, more denser, heavier food as your vibration shifts again. Just notice what your body feels that it needs. But the period that you are going through at the moment requires a lot less intake of food, of volume of food. But know that this will shift again. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have another question. I sense spirit are changing how they work with us, their frequency and how they connect with me as a medium. For instance, they are becoming stronger and being sensed by the loved ones more readily through their reading experience. And it seems like trance is being used and is closer to mental mediumship than before. Is this to aid and support the changes we, humanity, are going through at this time?
Thank you for your question. Yes, your observations are correct, that how you have noticed the shift in your work as a medium, in connecting with spirit, with connecting with guides or with spirit loved ones, and how that is impacting with the people that you are working with, your clients, that the vibration is indeed shifting, and that relational vibration between those in a physical body and those in a non-physical, that the relation between them has shifted, that vibration is higher. And so as your vibration has increased, you are becoming much more in tune with their vibration, which is making their presence seem much more tangible. The veil, as a lot of you call it, that has been removed or is so much thinner in a lot of ways. And this is enabling a much more direct connection. And as you have noticed, that change between the mental mediumship and what you would call the trance mediumship, that is all very fluid and is merging into each other the more that you work in a higher dimensional way, a higher vibration. You traverse between these different energies much more fluidly, much more easily. And with you being able to observe these energies as well as being within them, this gives you that insight of the change, and you will then be able to teach others of this change, of this different vibration, because you are here to teach. You are here to be able to break down these changes of energies and be able to teach others so that they can understand what is happening. They can understand the shifting of the foundations, of the building blocks of what used to be to what is now becoming. And you will notice that shift between the different levels of consciousness in how you are able to connect with spirit. You will find as you go forward, my dear, that this will continue to change. I ask you to keep coming back to that point within you that can observe and that can note these changes, and ask your guides the questions. Ask your guides to support you through this. Because as I reiterate again, you are here to teach others. So you have to go through this process yourself first to be able to understand it and break it down into teachable units and teachable bite-sized information that others can then understand. Thank you.
Thank you. And so, another question, if we may.
Yes.
Whenever I connect with spirit, I do have a hard time to quiet my mind and connect, especially to ground myself. Is this a transformation we are going through? There is always so much noise whenever I meditate. Do you have recommendations on what to practice, or is it just about being patient and keep practicing?
Thank you. There is the changes that everyone is going through. So how you used to connect with spirit or how you used to meditate, the tools and techniques that you used to use, you will find that they no longer either work or are as effective as what they used to be. The grounding, the anchoring into the earth, that will feel different now because the earth is different. You are anchoring into a different level of vibration, a different frequency. This does not mean to say that you do not ground yourself and anchor into something, but the more that the energy and vibration shifts, the more that you will be guided to anchor within yourself, for you to be that reference point. You are still here on this earth, so you will still be connected to this. But as her vibration shifts and changes, and yours does as well, it is like being on a moving target. So anchoring into that still point within you will always be a constant. It will always be a point that you can anchor into, even if you feel unsettled when trying to anchor into the earth. The quietness within your mind, that is something that a lot of you struggle with. The mind is very busy, very active. There appears to be so much going on within your everyday lives. And especially through these times, things seem more turbulent. Everything seems more heightened, more active, more activated. So it becomes even more difficult to quieten your mind. You may require different techniques or tools. You may have been able to just sit in that power before and create that silence within. You now may find that that seems impossible. You then doubt your abilities. You doubt yourself. And you then judge yourself. Open the question. Ask, what could I do differently now? What would maybe support or help me in a different way? Try giving something for your mind to do, maybe meditating with music, doing a guided meditation, having frequencies played. There are many options, many videos that are available to you now. Try and play with these different ways of maybe meditating to see if one of them can just quieten your mind just a little bit. Although meditating is not imperative, it is a wonderful tool to allow you to access your energy within, to be able to come back to that still point. But recognizing when you're going through turbulent times, it becomes more difficult to maybe achieve this state. So by giving something your mind to do, activating your mind, stimulating it, you can still achieve that silence within. There are lots of hertz music at different frequencies, different types of music, chanting, that will give your mind that respite, something to occupy, that to allow you to then drop within your own energy, to get out of that constant loop that goes round your head of thinking that you can't do this, that doubting your abilities. You can do this. And these techniques will support you, as well as knowing that things are changing. So therefore your traditional techniques may not work as well. And so you need to look for different ways in which to maybe connect, in which to meditate, in which to achieve that silence within, and know that that is okay. You are not failing. Just things are shifting and moving. And it's about allowing yourself to shift and move along with these frequencies, these changing energies. Thank you.
Thank you for such a wonderful answer. We have it may be a final question. It's the last one so far. Apologies for asking, but I have read conflicting writings when I have looked you up. It has been written that you and Jesus had children together, and other writings say you were a follower of Jesus. Would you like to tell us the truth, please?
Thank you for this question. You are correct. There has been much written about me over the millennia, more over the last few centuries. I was more eradicated earlier in the scriptures, shall we say. And it has been shrouded very much in mystery, the connection between myself and Yeshua, the connection and the truth of our being, of our relationship, of what we were to each other. He is my beloved. I am his beloved. We worked together in harmony. We were that union, that divine union. When he was working through his ministry years, I stood beside him as equal. The divine feminine and the divine masculine. This did not sit well with many. This does still not sit well with many. Yeshua accepted me as his equal. We taught, we ministered, we went out into the neighboring areas. We were side by side during these years. It was destined for us to be that divine union, for my divine feminine to be able to match to his divine masculine, for us to be able to bring these codes, the Christ codes and the Magdalene codes. We had children together. They were what you would call adopted children. We did not birth them naturally when we were together, but we had children together. Yeshua also had other children. I was not the only person that he was with, but I was his divine union counterpart. The role that I played in his lifetime, in my lifetime, was what we were contracted to do. As the two other women within his life, we all accepted and played our roles and our part. knowing that it was all meant to be. It was the three women, the three of us that joined to create the Magdalene energy, which you now associate with myself and call Mary Magdalene. But the actual Magdalene energy was not just mine alone. But I was his consort. I was the one that walked beside him through our trainings, through our teachings, through the ministry years. And I continued these teachings, as many did, after his crucifixion and his resurrection. I hope that this answers your question.
Thank you so much for everything that you have shared this evening. I'm just going to ask whether anyone else has any other information, any other questions. No, we just have a lot of thanks for allowing your energy to be with us, to be present, to be here this evening.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you. And thank you, my dear, for hosting this evening and for being present with your energy. It has been wonderful to be able to connect with you all. And it has been an absolute privilege and an honor to be reunited with you again. I thank you.
Thank you.